Hello everyone, it's the Majestic Anime Casual, and today we back with One Piece. And today we find out the crab took the other Straw Hats to the upper yard, where the four priests will be giving them the Heaven's Judgment. The White Berets was speaking about Conis and her father. It was giving me weird vibes like they planning on something. So I got my eyes on you, Juwanna, man. And now Luffy, Sanji, and Usopp is on their way to the sacrificial altar. Sacrificial altars are mentioned everywhere from the Bible multiple times, in Hinduism, and in slight spiritual terms. If you go to an altar, it's because you're trying to contain all the four elements on some Avatar type tip. I cannot let y'all get any more on that, so let's go back to One Piece. Connie saying she'll join the Straw Hats on the rescue mission. Luffy gave her a look like something's off about you, but I can't call it. Then walking in the streets, they find a religious sculpture called a Varf, which means earth or dirt. Then once they get to the boat docks, Luffy finally calls Connie out on her weirdness, and her face turns pale. I'm talking Paul Wall pale. I'm talking still tipping thoth art. My fault. But Usopp, being the real nigga he is 50% of the time, saying everybody in town is avoiding us. Yet you walked with us through town, you gave us a boat in direction, something ain't right. Put the pressure on Juwanna, man, Usopp. That's what I'm talking about. Then it's revealed her bee-body ass father made her set up the Straw Hats, but she called the lobster to take them on her own. So this is what happens when you get a captain who never learned common sense, just trusting any and everybody, putting you and your crewmates in unnecessary risk. Then her basically telling them the whole plan, and the people from the street like, you're gonna get God's judgment for that. Okay. Basically disclaiming her, like most religious groups, when you do one thing outside the ways of religion, like most people that celebrate religion do.
They find his body floating in front of that.
But then small balls of light start forming in the air like a spirit bomb. Then everything turns black and white. Then God's judgment happens. A lightning ball strikes down towards Luffy and Conis, damn near destroying the town. Then a Sky Knight saves them again out of nowhere, on the house again, you know, while Luffy, Usopp, and Sanji head to the upper yard. Why do they got Luffy driving instead of Usopp or Sanji? That's kind of crazy, you understand? But entering the same forest, Nami was just near, and they faced with nothing but ancient booby traps, trying to take them out every way possible. And now we get to see where the Yeezy Lobster took the remaining Straw Hats, and it was to the sacrificial altar. In the middle of the water, in the middle of the forest, with symbols everywhere that translate God in all words and other meanings, with animal skulls all around it. Then a sky shark comes out and try to attack Chopper. To Zoro came, but it was funny. So you telling me that he's swimming underwater with 3 swords, then puts one in his mouth, but he's speaking and breathing perfectly for at least 5 minutes. Then out of nowhere, I once see Zoro say, forget the swords, and then Mortal Kombat uppercut the sky shark out the water. From earlier saying that he don't believe in God to now leaving the altar so he can meet him is actually pretty funny. Since him saying I don't pray or I'm not obligated to him, but for some people, everything in your literal existence comes from his obligation. But I'm gonna get off that. Then my Robin-chan, realizing the altar thereon was built 1,000 years ago, which in reality, in my opinion, is 46 years before the so-called Middle Ages. Read between the lines of what I'm saying. Zoro clearing his throat, pause, to swing on a vine, screaming the original Tarzan yell was hilarious to me. And now as Sanji, Usopp, and Luffy reach the roadblock, there's a giant Varf, but it has 4 mouths with different ordeals on each one. So which ordeal would they choose? So let me know what y'all think. Majestic Anime Casual out.